Pisces, I've meditated on your cards already. And so we're going to get right into it. I've pulled a 3-card spread and the energy is strong. Before we get into the reading, we're going to take a pause and listen. You should be hearing yourself. You might be hearing a ringing. These are all things that happens when you quiet your mind. And when you reach 40, when women and men reach 40, they stop negotiating with themselves. Okay? This isn't harsh truth. It's clear truth here. Okay? The kind that comes when you finally stop arguing with your own intuition. That's what we're going to be talking about today. That's what this spread is telling me. Ace of Swords represents mental liberation for you. Mental liberation, mental clarity. After years of overthinking, accommodating, or explaining yourself, right? We've been talking about that, people wanting you to explain yourself. The mind becomes decisive. You reach a point where you become decisive, and this is the moment where someone says to themselves, like you say internally, I already know what's right. I know what's right for me. And this is what's rising from this, right? This is that Ace of Swords is your anchor. And you have the 5 of Wands as what's rising. Let me tell you, when someone stops participating in group dynamics, the group destabilizes. They go crazy. People start acting a fool. And this card often appears when someone leaves the old emotional contract, right? Like you're no longer engaging in the way other people want you to engage. You're no longer doing what other people want you to do. You have your own mind and you're clear. When you stop playing the role when you stop playing that role that people expected from you, the room got really uncomfortable and they attacked. In whatever way, maybe with mental games, maybe with, underhanded comments. And this conflict isn't necessarily because you're doing something wrong. Actually, you're doing something right. You have the ace, you have the sword of truth here on your side. It's because your clarity exposes something. It exposes them. It exposes their confusion. That's why this card both of these cards together, right? This card often your clarity brings criticism, passive resistance, subtle jealousy. People trying to pull you in different directions, pull you back into the old narrative, their old dynamics. But that's not sustainable for you anymore. Once you know and you see, you can't go back and do the same thing again. And this conflict is not sustainable either. It's the last hurrah, so to speak. It's the last friction before separation. Because you can't make other people conform to this new version of yourself, right? But you can walk away or they can walk away. And this is a peaceful walking away. An emotional, with all these cups here, it's an emotional turning point. The 8 of Cups is not dramatic. It's like, okay, I've had enough. I know there's something better on the other side. This is a mature departure. Like, this is a mature this is you understanding that what's going on here is no longer sustainable. You're not leaving because you hate something. Like, that's not it. You're leaving because you know that there's something that you can't sustain. This is not sustainable for you, and that there is something better on the other side of this for you. You've outgrown this. So it's not for you anymore. And when you leave something that's not for you, you make room for the new to come in, don't you? And the thing is that at this point, you've decided, not in a mean way, but you've decided you can take them or leave them. And not in a mean way, but in a way that says that you choose you over the drama. You have the 2 of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck. You had a choice. And you made a choice that you choose you. You're not letting people destabilize you anymore. You don't need the confrontation anymore. You don't need to win anymore. You don't need to control anymore because you have clarity. And sometimes the most powerful boundary is simple. It's just saying, I'm not participating in that anymore. That's not for me. That is not for me. And the 8 of Cups is a soul alignment card. It often appears when you're willing to leave behind something that still matters, something that you have an emotional attachment to. So this is grown woman, grown man discernment here. You know that your future requires you to leave behind that emotional attachment because that emotional attachment is not working for you. Give me a second here. Like I said, I'm looking at the 2 Pentacles. It's like, I feel like you've learned how to manage your energy. You've learned how to balance out the give and take, and you've learned how to balance out the give and take to and from yourself. You've spent decades juggling other people's expectations, your relationships, other people's relationships. I don't know, responsibilities, performing emotional labor to make relationships work. Right? You are doing the emotional labor for somebody else. The 2 of Pentacles here says, you're done. You're done juggling what drains you. You're choosing stability over constant adjustment. Like you were constantly adjusting yourself to fit everybody else's narrative. Now you're creating your own. You're like, no, this is me. I'm creating my own narrative. And that's where the rubber meets the road. This is where you are starting to learn how to teach people how to treat you. And they don't like it. They've been treating you all kind of funky ways, right? Like now they got to come in, they have to come correct. But when they see you holding up this sword of truth and you're not budging and you're willing to walk away, that teaches them that you're willing to do what it takes to gain emotional stability in your life and to get what you want. Not in a greedy kind of way, in a very self-preservation kind of way. And right underneath this, when I picked up the Two of Pentacles, I see the Five of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. There's always grief, right? It's not, that's what I was saying earlier. It's not easy walking away, even if it's the right decision. Even if it's not like, people say, oh, walk away. Well, it's not easy. It takes some kind of emotional and mental maturity to know that this is what you need to do for you. Growth doesn't always feel triumphant. Not in the moment. Sometimes it feels bittersweet. Sometimes it feels bittersweet. Look, you're leaving cups behind, and some of them, you didn't want to leave them behind. But right underneath this, ironically, well, before I go to that, you still have cups standing here, right? So not everything is lost. And it's really ironic because this came out, right? And you left 8 cups behind here to walk away, but you still have 2 cups standing that you're taking with you. You're not losing, you realize you're not losing anything. You're just releasing what no longer serves you and maybe what no longer belongs to you. It doesn't belong in your future. And this, I know this is going to work out for you. I feel like it's going to work out for you in the future because the Ace of Pentacles is showing up right under that. That confirms the outcome. It confirms the outcome. When you follow truth, Pisces, you got to let go of some things to bring in what's for you. You're choosing alignment over comfort. And when you choose alignment over comfort, the universe responds with material opportunity. This could manifest as new work opportunities, new environments, you might be moving, healthier relationship, your health may improve, financial stability, a fresh new direction in life that brings you to your purpose. And this is all tangible. These are all things that you're going to see manifest in your life. This is not just emotional healing. You've done the emotional healing. That's why you were able to walk away with the 8 of Cups and leave what no longer was serving you. This is you really manifesting a new life that is tangible. And sometimes the new door will only appear once you're willing to leave the old behind. Leave the old stuff behind. Yup. You're not interested in people bringing you cups to test the waters anymore. You've tested all the waters. Now you're trusting your truth. You created discomfort. That's what happens when you choose alignment over approval from other people. You stop juggling everyone else's expectations. And because of this, you've put a whole new path in motion for yourself. You've opened up a whole new doorway. And this is not a dramatic opening because this was not a dramatic release, but it's decisive. This is a decisive move. This is a power move. This took a lot of emotional healing to get here already. And now you're about to leave this emotional healing and step into the tangible things that come in afterwards. When you finally stop negotiating with your intuition, your life begins to reorganize around the truth. All right, Pisces, that is your message for today. Drop a comment. Let me know if this resonated. Hit that like button, subscribe, and keep weaving the dream. It's yours for the asking. I'll see you in the next one.